Welcome back. Ask Dan Anything. I'm Dan Munro, Confidence and Connections Coach and co-founder of Brojo. Remember to subscribe if you want your questions answered and you want weekly confidence and connection tips. So, today we have a question from my man Alex. I'm not going to read through the whole thing he sent me, but basically what he's asking is, why is it though that I suddenly get all nervous and run out of things to say and get all blocked when I'm with a woman that I'm attracted to? I'm pretty sure this is an issue that many people can relate to. You're around someone you like, and all of a sudden, it's like you've forgotten how to socialize, right? So this is for the people like, when you're talking to your friends or your family, it's not hard work. You know how to have a spontaneous, natural conversation, okay? This is different from some people who struggle to socialize with anybody. But if you're someone who can socialize normally, if you're around someone that you're not attracted to, and then suddenly, when you're like on a date or you're around your crush or something, your mind goes blank, you feel heaps of pressure and stress, anxiety. It's like you suddenly forgot how to have a normal conversation. You end up saying really bizarre things or big awkward silences. You just get stuck in your head and it's really unenjoyable to socialize. I want to talk about why this is happening, and there's two main reasons that I've identified, both in my own previous experience, which this happened a lot, but also with all the coaching clients that I've had. There's two main reasons. First and foremost, of course, is attachment to outcomes. The reason you don't struggle to talk to other people is because they've got nothing you want. Okay, they're just people. You're just there for the conversation. The conversation itself is the reward. There's nothing you need to get from them. You'll find people who are tongue-tied and get stuck with attractive people will have other types of people this also happens with, like being around someone who's really famous, for example, or being around the boss who controls your paycheck, perhaps. You know, someone who's got something you want and they're in control of it. So attachment to outcomes is really, it's a belief, a limiting belief you have that this person has something that you can't provide for yourself. So if you're really desperate for a relationship, for example, you'll see someone you're attracted to as having the potential for that relationship and they control it and you don't. Okay, so that means you're unable to provide a connection or a sense of connection and completeness yourself, so you're looking to get it from someone else. So attachment to outcomes puts a lot of pressure on you to perform well. You know, this person gets to decide whether or not to give you that thing that you've been chasing, and that puts you under pressure to do really well. Whereas when you're talking to someone who's got nothing that you need or think you need, then you can't fuck it up with them. There's no consequences to doing it wrong, so you don't worry about doing it wrong, and of course you socialize really well in that situation. So attachment to outcomes is the biggest thing. It ruins people's lives. We're trained to do it from a very young age. We're taught that we're not enough as we are as an individual, and we need someone else to fill in the gaps. It's a total lie, but most of us believe it. The second problem is inferiority complex. Through conditioning, media, we see it everywhere. We've come to believe that people we're attracted to are higher status than us. Okay, they're better people than we are. And there's plenty of scientific research to show this. You know, I can't remember the citation for the study, but there's a study that showed that more attractive people get more lenient sentences in court. You're less likely to go to jail if you look good. And this comes down to a one-to-one basis, especially if you're a guy with nice guy syndrome. You'll come to believe that attractive women are somehow a species above, like an evolutionary step above, and it's a powerful position that they're in. And we feel submissive in their presence. We feel like upsetting them would be somehow wrong morally to do. So we might be fine at arguing with our friends or speaking our mind with our family, because if they get upset, well, that's their problem. But if it's an attractive person, if we are to somehow generate some form of negative emotion in them, we think that that's somehow morally a bad thing to do, that we've offended the upper class, us poor little peasants, right? And because of both of these issues, what you're doing is you're giving power to the person, okay? You're saying that the weight of their opinion of you is more important than others or your own. Like an attractive person, because they have the outcomes that I think I need, which is an illusion, And because they're superior to me, another illusion, what they think of me matters, and it matters a lot more than what other people think of me or what I think of myself. So within that, the solution should be obvious, not simple, or not easy, but obvious. And that is, you have to take the power back. Now, I'm not talking about like men going their own way. I'm not talking about like, well, I'll never talk to attractive women again. It's about realizing that attractive women are just human beings and that you can connect with them and that they don't have anything that you can't provide for yourself. And this is the really difficult part for people to understand. You look at someone, and it doesn't matter what gender you are, if you think someone has something that you can't provide for yourself, you instantly give that person power. But there's no one in the world who's in that category unless you're like a starving person, a prisoner, or a slave. There's nobody who has something that you can't provide for yourself. And once you see the truth of that, then this inferiority complex and emotional attachment to outcomes goes away. When I first came to realize that it's not a relationship with someone I want, it's a sense of connection that I want, I learned I can provide that for myself. I don't need someone to give that to me. And therefore the need for a relationship went away. And it's the same with the inferiority complex. When I realized, after living with lots of attractive girls, that they're just human beings, okay, that their shit stinks just like mine does, and they have problems just like me, and they're crazy in their head just like I am, I realized, well, they're not a superior race of people. They just look good. And the rest of it's just normal humanity, right? And when I could see that, I could just connect with them, and all of a sudden the idea that they outranked me just went away. Because the truth is, you can meet your own needs, and the other truth is, attractiveness does not tell you anything about the worth of a person. It certainly doesn't tell you anything about the worth of their opinions, okay? Their opinions of you. Because someone looks good, it doesn't mean that what they think of you is somehow more relevant than what you think of yourself, okay? So the solution, unfortunately, is not a quick fix. It's a long-term piece of work. This little bit of nervousness or overwhelming nervousness you get with attractive people actually comes from a deep, deep core issue about yourself. It's got nothing to do with girls you're attracted to. Okay, it's your own idea that you're not complete as you are, that you need someone else, particularly someone attractive, to fill in gaps, and that you are not at a level playing field with other people, that you are lower status than others. Now, you believe that. They didn't create that. You did. Well, you might have been conditioned and programmed by your parents and so on to believe that, but that's your job to deal with it now. In a sense, if you want to deal with that, I'll provide a link below for the Brojo University courses we have on valued living and journaling. And what the valued living course does is it allows you to live in a way where you meet your own needs, where you're satisfied by your own behavior, and that takes away the neediness for someone else to satisfy you. You become proud of yourself, you'll feel connected. You don't actually need someone else to have sex with you to have that feeling. And the other, the journaling course, will allow you to design a new self-worth measurement system where other people's opinions is not relevant. Okay, you start to measure how you behave and how that aligns with your values, and then your worth as a person is self-measured, okay, self-critiqued, and then somebody else's opinion of you, no matter how attractive or high status they are, becomes irrelevant, because it is irrelevant, okay? So check out those courses for more. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments, feedback below. This is a huge issue. It dominated my life for most of it, and when I freed myself from it, I found that I could just talk to anyone without feeling anxious anymore, because they're just other human beings. So let me hear from you. If you want your question answered, send it to dan@brojo.co.nz or join the Brojo Patreon community and subscribe to the videos. We'll send you all our best stuff as soon as it comes out. So thank you very much. I'll see you next time.